channel. My name is Hannah if we haven't met before. Hope you're doing well. And if we have met before, my name is still Hannah and I still hope you're doing well. That's all there's to it. Today we are doing my August TBR. I cannot believe that we are in August already. Crazy. And a lot of times I do the TBR jar, I try to switch it up, and this month I'm switching it up because I was filling out my book journal and I realized I have a section that's just like 25 books I want to read in the year 2025. You know, and this is the first year I've done it, so I haven't been keeping my eye on it as much as I would hope, and I'm less than halfway through, and obviously August is the 8th month of the year, so I should be more than halfway through. Yikes. So I decided I wanted my TBR to be at least half, if not all, reads off of that list, especially because the 25 I want to read in 25, for the most part, are like 5-star predictions. They're books that I think I'm either going to really love or they've just been recommended to me so many times that I need to get to them in order to not have FOMO, you know? So with that being said, here are my 6 books that I have selected for my TBR in August. The first book is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I just finished reading through Throne of Glass. I had read the first 3. Sorry if I sound like a broken record, a lot of you know this. I read the first 3 back in college, and then when I got back into reading more so in my adulthood, I decided I needed to start over and read the entire series. So I just finished reading that, and amidst literally like the week after I finished reading the final book in the Throne of Glass series, Sarah J. Maas did a teaser post and announced that she was done with her draft for ACOTAR 6. That's right, ACOTAR 6 is drafted and written. That is crazy. And so now I have to play catch up. However, by the time ACOTAR 6 comes out, I think I can very easily get through the 3 Crescent Cities that are currently available to us. Now, this is a thick one. I've been told that it's kind of a tough read and that it might not resonate with me, so I'm going into this a little bit hesitant, knowing that my ACOTAR and my Throne of Glass reading experiences will probably be better than this reading experience. Take it with a grain of salt and just come along for the ride. But this is on my 25 and 25, so I'm adding to the list. Welcome to the family. I did not think I was gonna catch that. Another book I'm going to be reading is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Now, I'm kind of getting back into a romance kick. I know, call me crazy. I've never been a romance girly, but I think there's too many different fantasy worlds kind of in my head, and I've just been really enjoying kind of the more friendshipy vibes, lighthearted romance, especially as we are in summer. And so I want to get to this book, Beach Read, because hello, at the beach. And I want to get to it before the end of summer here in the US, because I don't think I'd want to read this in January when it's snowy out and then I just would have FOMO. I think that this will be a really good ambiance read as I'm finishing up these warm weeks of summer. I had to say weeks, I was going to say months, but then I realized I only have a couple weeks left before we go back into the cold weather and into, honestly, just like a different routine. The school year. I'm not a student, but I live on a school year calendar. Crazy, I know. Next, I want to read Spark of the Everflame by Penn Cole. Now, I know literally nothing about this other than people love it. Also, a goal of mine is to use my Kindle Unlimited subscription a little bit more regularly and actually get my money's worth. So that one I know is in there. It's on my 25 and 25. Again, I don't know anything. I'm going into this blind, but I do know it's a fantasy series, and a lot of my favorite booktubers recommend this to me. And one of my best friends also really wants to read it, and she hasn't read it yet. So I'm planning to buddy read that with her, and hopefully she's free to do it this month. I didn't ask, so if she's watching this, can we do this buddy read this month? Love you. Thanks. The next book on my docket is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Sorry if I butchered that name. This is a classic. It's also my 25 and 25. I have never read the book myself, but I have watched, there was like a creepy childhood animated film version. So the basic premise I do know is there's like a little girl. She's kind of being hosted by this family, and there's like a sickly boy who they keep locked away basically just because they don't know if he's contagious and he's really ill and they don't want anything to make him more sick. But her and this boy kind of kindle a friendship, and I know a lot of that has to do with them sneaking out and playing in a magical garden, question mark. So kind of has me intrigued. Like, it's a classic with, I think, some like magical realism elements to it, or just like the idea of like, is this real, is this not real, is this not real, you know, like that back and forth. So really looking forward to reading The Secret Garden. Book number 4, this is a rogue one, Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Now, this is a book that I just really want to get to. I read my first Carly Fortune book last month, and it's crazy. I read This Summer Will Be Different, and I loved it. And I think that's kind of what made me be like, maybe I do want to read some more romance or summary books and get into this. And I've heard rave reviews about this. It's a newer release, so while I'm on the Carly Fortune train, I want to keep this train going. And that one I think will be a nice light one to sort of break up the heavier fantasies I have going on here already. I do also know that they're interconnected standalones, so because I just read this other one that has some of the same characters, I believe, it'll be fun to kind of reconnect and see other little aspects of these characters and how they, you know, relate to one another and help each other's stories. And I want to just, yeah, keep that ball rolling so that I don't have to like jog my memory when I'm getting back to it. So yeah, One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. No one writes beach weather like Carly, and I actually do agree with that sentiment. I think she's phenomenal. And last but certainly not last and certainly not least, we have our book club pick, which is also the 6th book on my TBR. If you don't know about book club, I have a book club over on Patreon. You can join for free and get most of the content, or you can spend $1 or up to $6. It's really just to support me as I make creative content for the book world. And it's a hobby of mine that I really love, and just being able to make some money off of it makes me able to put more time and energy into it. So if you want to go support over there, that's totally great. But either way, you will hear me talk about this book at some point. I don't gatekeep my response to this book. I just give them a little bit more than what I would give here. So that book is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This has been sweeping the internet about a female astronaut and what it's like to work at NASA, but I think there's also some really tricky love and friendship dynamics in this book, and I think she is struggling to kind of be a woman, not only in a STEM field, but also be in a relationship that maybe doesn't meet everyone's approval. And so what does that look like? As we know, Taylor Jenkins Reid writes amazing books. I love Daisy Jones and the Six. That was a huge formative book for me when I first got to it. I really enjoyed reading that one, and I think that this will be no different. So this is my second attempt at reading Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I'm kind of nervous just because I love Daisy Jones so much that this will be so different. But again, I've heard amazing things. It's been sweeping the internet. I think it focuses on a lot of themes that I'm really interested in. So I'm gonna give that one a chance. So thank you for coming along to this TBR. I know it's a short one, short and sweet. I'm only doing 6 books. I didn't give you a lot of clues about the plot of these books, but I'm hoping to get a reading vlog out there this month. It's just been a busy summer with traveling, time off, job switching up a little bit, and just getting into new rhythms. So I haven't been filming as much, but I look forward to making some more videos and seeing you all through the screen. I love you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.